Hey there, YouTubers. Um, it's January 2nd, 2026, and I'm working on my neighbor's refrigerator. She keeps having this, this noisy sound coming from the freezer. It started last week Sunday. I told her to turn it off, let it sit and defrost itself for overnight. She did that. About 5 days later, the sound came back. So I started looking around on YouTube and found a bunch of people bitching about this exact same problem. Now, the specific model that I'm working on, make and model that I'm working on, is a Frigidaire FRSS 2623AW4. But this has to do with a simple problem that's probably in a lot of the Frigidaires because it's in the ice maker area. And I think it's very common to all the different models that were made the last 4 or 5 years or so. This model was made in June of 2022. Here is the problem. I'm going to be ordering her a new ice maker tube, ice maker fill tube. Okay? And here's what I suspect the problem is. By the way, let me just tell you how this thing gets replaced. You don't have to take the ice maker out or anything. It's held if you go to the back of the freezer, back of the refrigerator, pull the refrigerator completely out, turn off the water supply. You don't even have to power it off, but just turn the water supply off because you're going to be taking a water line you're going to be unscrewing a water line off the back of this. Okay, so you don't want water going all over the place. And then you take one screw out of right here. You take one screw and you just twist, and pull. Because it's got like a little rubber gasket here that kind of seals it up. But it's just held in with one screw. And you pull this thing out. And here is why this thing is the problem. It doesn't leak like through a hole or anything. But check this out. Let me see if I can make this so that you can actually see it. I know this is complicated, but the problem is this trough that we're looking at, it has twisted a little bit. And one side of it is a little bit low now. I think it's the side where I have my finger now. If you take it out and hold it horizontal, you'll see that the trough is twisted and it's making one side a little bit lower and water is dripping over the edge of it down into the evaporator area where the evaporator fan is, and it's building up ice and the fan is hitting it. And if you just replace this thing, that will fix it. And I'm trying to show you this one has a bit of a turn to it. I don't know if you can see. You see how one side is higher than the other? I'm holding it horizontal. But notice right there towards the end, one side is higher than the other. And that's causing the problem. So, change this thing out. They cost about $15. You can get them on Amazon or go to a refrigerator parts store or whatever and find this thing, take it out and find this and replace this. And you'll see that that the water doesn't drip out over this thing anymore and into the bottom of the refrigerator. You're welcome. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. I want to mention one additional thing. Just replacing the tube doesn't make the sound go away. What makes the sound go away is removing the ice by the fan. So if you're not going to take the back cover off and get down to that piece of ice to remove that piece of ice from the fan, then the best thing to do is like take everything out of your freezer and your refrigerator, put it somewhere. Hopefully maybe you got another refrigerator in the garage or something, or just eat your food down, but you're going to have to turn the refrigerator off for at least maybe 8 to 24 hours to let that ice melt, kind of defrost itself to get that ice away from the fan. So replacing the tube doesn't make the sound go away, but it prevents that ice from building up and you having to, deal with that ice. That ice is going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden behind the back wall. There's going to be some screws that you have to take out, and you may even have to take the ice maker out to get to all this stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand that the tube doesn't make the noise go away, but it prevents this problem from happening. That's all.